Love doesn't always begin with a shout. Sometimes it starts off quietly, with a person who never imagined being noticed. These are the tales where the popular girl falls in love with the person who just gets her. Let's start with number 10. Number 10. The Dangers in My Heart. Kyotaro Ichikawa is shy, anxious, and sure that he lives on the edge of everyone else's world. Ana Yamada is happy, friendly, and well-liked in her class. She is the kind of person who seems to fit in anywhere. Their relationship starts in small ways, like when they pass each other in the library, do small acts of kindness, and have short but important talks. The story takes its time with their feelings. Instead, it lets their relationship grow slowly, based on everyday life instead of big events. The animation shows how people grow emotionally in small ways, like glances, accidental touches, and shared silence that says more than words ever could. Anna doesn't see Ichikawa as a project or a way to make her more popular. She sees him as someone whose inner world is worth understanding. Ichikawa, on the other hand, gains confidence not by changing, but by being truly accepted. The pacing is slow, the tone is personal, and the animation focuses on small details rather than big events. It's a love story based on honesty rather than acting, which reminds us that love often grows in the moments that no one else sees. Number 9. More than a married couple, but not lovers. Jiro is quiet and a little shy, while Akari is confident and fashionable. They are paired up for a school marriage training program where they live together as assigned couples. Both of them are in love with other people at first, so the arrangement starts off awkwardly and reluctantly. But when they share routines, conversations, and little moments at home, they have to face the parts of themselves that they don't show in public. Their personalities start to become less guarded over time, and the emotional distance between them starts to close. The narrative succeeds because it emphasizes how perception is altered by proximity. Jiro's quietness isn't a sign of shallowness, and Akari's fame doesn't make her emotionally stable. The show allows these realities to emerge organically. Instead of dramatic confessions, their relationship develops through shared vulnerability, including late-night conversations, jealousy neither party wants to acknowledge, and an unexpected but inevitable growing comfort. A genuine sense of longing is produced by the tension, which is subtle but consistent. It's about gradually coming to understand someone's significance before you can articulate why. Number 8. My Dress-Up Darling. Gojo Wakana hides his ability to make traditional Hina doll clothes because he's been rejected in the past. His talent is discovered by Marin Kitagawa, who is enthusiastic and well-liked by almost everyone. She asks him to assist her with cosplay. Hours of sewing, research, and collaborative creativity result from what starts as a project. Working together and being vulnerable enough to show the aspects of yourself that you typically keep hidden are how their relationship grows. Instead of relying solely on outward attraction, the romance develops from admiration and emotional support. Marin enters Gojo's world and embraces his craft with genuine warmth, rather than trying to mold him to fit hers. Gojo discovers that his passion can unite him with others, rather than being something to hide. Their exchanges seem organic, loving, and based on happiness. The narrative highlights respect, confidence boosting, and encouragement for one another, demonstrating how love can arise from merely having faith in someone. Number 7. Excel World. Haruyuki, who is severely insecure and bullied, uses online gaming as an escape from reality. Kuruyuki Hime, who is well-dressed and well-respected, spots him and shows him Brain Burst, a hidden virtual acceleration world where players battle with avatars that reflect their inner selves. She turns into his mentor and partner as they fight together on both a strategic and emotional level.
Their relationship emerges from both virtual conflict and actual vulnerability. Because it honestly addresses insecurity, the romance strikes a chord. Neither Kuruyuki Hime nor Haruyuki are presented as unreachable or idealized. Where he sees only weakness in him, she sees strength, trust, dependence, and the guts to face rather than ignore emotional scars are the foundations of their relationship. The program explores how identity develops both inside and outside of the self, while striking a balance between action and psychological depth. Because it is based on empathy rather than fantasy, two people acknowledging each other's suffering and deciding to stick together, their relationship feels meaningful.
Number 6. Kubo won't let me be invisible. Shirashi is so inconspicuous that even in crowded spaces, people frequently fail to notice him. Joyful and perceptive, Kubo won't let him go. She stands next to him, converses with him, and slowly acclimates him to daily life. Instead of undergoing abrupt change, their relationship develops gradually through tiny gestures. The tenderness of the affection is what makes it so charming. Kubo merely acknowledges Shirashi consistently and honestly, without attempting to change him. The show emphasizes how important it is to feel seen, particularly when being invisible has become second nature. They have a gentle, understanding, and comforting bond that embodies the quiet warmth of becoming close to someone just because they stuck by you when others didn't. It's a romance that is steady, warm, and subtly transformative, like sunlight.
Number 5. My Love Story. Takeo Goda has a massive presence. He's tall, wide, and prone to misunderstandings. Despite his gentle nature, he's accustomed to being intimidated by others due to his appearance. He believes she must be interested in his more conventionally attractive best friend after rescuing a girl named Rinko Yamato from harassment. She finds herself drawn to Takeo instead. The story follows the two as they learn how to love with sincerity and quiet certainty after their relationship starts out honestly, free of games or confusion. The absence of emotional distance is what gives this story such a novel feel. Takeo and Rinko are unapologetically honest about their feelings. They show open, consistent, and compassionate affection. The anime emphasizes the work, tolerance, and warmth that keep a relationship going rather than depending on miscommunications or artificial complications. Takeo's fears remain, but Rinko's perception of him helps him see his own worth through regular intimacy rather than theatrical speeches. The show serves as a reminder that love can sometimes blossom just because two people consistently choose one another rather than because of conflict or a chase.
Number 4. Shikamori's not just a cutie. Izumi is renowned for both his incredibly unlucky streak and his kind disposition. He seems to be attracted to accidents, which make even straightforward circumstances dangerous. His girlfriend, Shikamori, who is admired for her charm and seemingly effortless coolness, is there for him whenever he needs her. We follow them through school life, dates, and daily routines, where their dynamic naturally emerges. Their relationship is already established at the start of the story. It feels like a partnership, which makes the relationship unique. Shikamori's competence and self-assurance help Izumi rather than overshadow him. Furthermore, despite his misfortunes, Izumi gives Shikamori emotional stability and sincere gratitude, which enhances his brilliance. Small actions like watching out for one another, laughing at the day's accidents, and discreetly deciding to remain close are ways they show their love for one another. In a romance, everyone gives what they can and gets what they require. A reminder that love frequently feels like safety. The end product is something gentle, cozy, and rooted. Number 3. Horimiya. At school, Hori exudes self-assurance, organization, and social presence. Miyamura is a quiet, nearly undetectable person who speaks quietly and avoids drawing attention to themselves. When they get together outside of school, Miyamura shares a side of himself that no one sees: tattoos, piercings, and loneliness. Hori takes care of significant household duties. Just by being close to one another in ways neither has ever experienced before, their bond develops organically without any coercion. The contrast between the self we present and the self we inhabit is encapsulated in Horimiya.
Because the romance develops through everyday activities like cooking, talking when you're tired, and spending time together without having to perform, it feels personal. While Miyamura observes Hori's overwhelm without passing judgment, Hori observes Miyamura's subdued melancholy without attempting to remedy it. They gradually but steadily come to rely on one another. The comfort of being accepted for who you are without apology is what the anime recognizes as love, not just confessions. Number 2. Origeru. According to Hachiman Hikigaya, relationships are fundamentally phony and based on performance than genuinity. Admired but emotionally distant, Yukino Shita keeps people at a purposeful distance. Together with Yui Gahama, they create the Service Club, where they are forced to face the aspects of themselves they would prefer to ignore in order to help others. Their exchanges are intimate, acerbic, clumsy, and quiet. This romance isn't simple, it's complex and frequently awkward. It's about how hard it is to be honest with people when you're not yet honest with yourself. Yukino's pride and Hachiman's selfless approach to connection clash in ways that are painfully realistic. Slowly, through mutual loneliness, conflict, and recognition, their closeness develops. The show asks how much courage it takes to be sincere and what it means to want something real. It's an introspective romance. Number 1. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. The well-known actress Mai Sakurajima starts to suffer from adolescence syndrome, a condition that makes people less aware of her. Only Sakuta Azusagawa is able to see her, and he decides to stick by her side while they attempt to figure out why. Quiet discussions, emotional transparency, and a readiness to face vulnerability head-on are how their story emerges. The foundation of this romance is communication, not avoidance. Sakuta and Mai openly express their anxieties, annoyances, and the burden of expectations. Even when supernatural elements intensify the situation, their dynamic feels grounded, personal, and serene. The way they listen to one another is what makes their relationship so interesting. Not to answer, not to impress, but just to comprehend. It is the kind of love that endures when the world becomes too much to handle. Some of the best relationships start out quietly, not in front of large crowds, but rather when someone finally notices you. Tell me which of these stories stuck with you. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.